Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Kris, and welcome back to another live stream. I'm going to be painting a portrait again today. I took a little break for the weekend and was not, didn't put out paintings or live streams the last 2 days. I was actually in Seattle visiting family, having a great time. And anyway, so today I want to get right to it here. I'm going to paint this painting here of this beautiful woman. I believe she's from Kenya. I can't remember. Anyways, it says in the caption where she's from. And this is on unsplash.com. There's a link in the description below if you want to get the reference image for yourself. All images on Unsplash are copyright free, free to be used in commercial or non-commercial use, whatever you want. And yeah, so I am going to just do this. I love the colorful scarf, and that's going to introduce some fun colors, beautiful smile, nice shadows, and use of, the shadows are really revealing the shape and the form of her face and neck, and it looks great. And so we are going to get started. I'm going to be using some Daniel Smith burnt umber as my primary brown. I went and got some of that this weekend. And I'm going to use a nice primary of Hansa Yellow Light, Pyro Red, and Ultramarine Blue. French Ultramarine, actually. Daniel Smith, all those colors. And maybe a little Daxazine purple. I want to get just some bright and different colors. I see different colors in the skin tone. Definitely see blues and pinks, but I'm thinking about in the dark areas maybe introducing a little purple too. So, all right, let's get into the painting. I have transferred the image here to my 140-pound cotton paper, and so we can get started. Hopefully you can see, yeah, my palette as well as the paper there, so we can get started. All right. Again, now I'm looking into the lightest areas here of her skin, and I'm thinking about starting with a French ultramarine, really super light wash here, light, because if I look at where the highlights are on her skin, definitely a blue undertone in some places, on the forehead especially, on the neck especially. And so, and since that's in that color, that blue color is in the highlights, the lightest areas, it's a very, very light tone. So I think I can take this wash and come in here. And so really opposite what I normally do, I think I'm going to paint the areas that are white, and as opposed to leaving them. I think the only place that's bright white are her teeth, a couple places on her scarf. So I'm going to do that, and I think I'm going to take some of my Pyro Red, which is my warm red, mix that in there so it's kind of a reddish brown. I just want that on the ready here so that when I am ready to mix it in, whoa, got too much. That red will go a long way. Now I have to add the brown back in. I'm reading a book on color mixing, so I'm kind of really focused on that right now. Yeah, that'll be kind of fun, I guess. And there you go. All right. Okay, I'm going to start my timer. again, ultramarine blue. Whoa, got some funky stuff in my brush. Wow, that was weird. I don't know, lately these brushes are kind of frustrating me. Anyways, let's go here. Because they're losing a lot of hairs and stuff, which is driving me nuts. Okay, coming in here. Not worried about these areas. I can just paint over all of this, really, because this blue is going to be an undertone almost everywhere here, except for like on the lips, like I said. Sorry, on the teeth. And so on the eyebrows is fine. There's white in the eyes as well, which I want to retain, kind of a pure white, so I think I'll paint around that and that and that. Okay. And yeah, something like that. What's gonna go on here? Okay. And now this is burnt umber with a little bit of pyro red mixed into it, and I'm coming in here and just adding other color. Forehead. Just trying to paint around those areas that I want to keep the highlight and the bluish tinted highlight. There's actually an area in here that will lift. Doesn't want to lift out very well. That's interesting. Alright, that's fine. We'll keep going. And see the tip of the nose, the lips, and yeah. Very dark over here. Okay. Oh yeah, you know what I didn't do is didn't go right down into the neck before, so I'm gonna avoid kind of creating these fake lines where there really isn't a line, like where the neck and the chin kind of blend together there. There we go. And picked up a little bit more burnt umber in my brush, and blending that in, dropping it in almost, really. The neck is real dark here. And I'm going to do that, but I'm also got a little bit of that. I'm going to take the burnt umber that I have here, but I'm also going to take some of my French ultramarine, mix it in, get this nice, really dark, almost it's really a neutral, neutralizes it, the colors. And I'm actually going to go right into that headband because it is very much one of the darkest areas here on the painting. Yeah, I really like that blue undertone that I put in there. I hopefully really retain that here as I go along. So the light, let's think about where the light's coming from. Upper right, it's coming this way. And so the lightest area is on the forehead up here, this cheek, a little bit on this cheek where it pokes out. So a little bit of dark along in here. On this side of the nose and down in here. Alright, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let that dry for a bit. And actually, I think what I'll do is grab, I think I'm actually going to grab my purple, Dioxazine purple, with my French ultramarine. This is going to create a very dark purple or violet. It's one of the darkest colors just on its own. I think I'm going to do that. I think because the purple and the yellow that's in the thing are going to create nice contrasting colors or complements, of course. And so I'm going to actually do this shirt that she has on more of a purple, just violet. I don't know how to call it, violet or purple, which is it? And there we go, like that, I think. Got a nice dark. Let that go like that. It's a very dark. Okay. Now, in contrast to that, up above in her scarf, I'm going to go ahead and take my Hansa yellow light, which is a pretty cool yellow, the coolest yellow that I have on my palette anyways. And if I look at that headdress, I definitely see, especially this right side is real light, and I realize there's a pattern over that, but I'm going to paint with my yellow all over this. No, I'm kind of avoiding touching where it's wet there. And something like this. And then maybe take that and mix in now more of a orange. I'm taking some of that, my pyro red, and mix it in. So I'm kind of following the patterns of the colors, but I'm also thinking, well, it's going to get darker on this other side that's away from the light, so I'm just going to darken the values, go from the more yellow side of the scarf to the more red side. Boy, that pyro red is just really, really bright. Okay, they've got some of the French ultramarine with a dioxazine purple, and I'm now coming back in and dropping that into this dark side of her scarf, and it's going to blend and I'll create some beautiful patterns because it's granulating. I don't know about dioxazine purple, but definitely French ultramarine is granulating. I'm still kind of learning which of my colors is really granulating and which are not. Coming back in here and dropping some stuff here. just to get variations there. You know, I kind of feel like this needs to be a little bit, like it's a little bit short, like on her. It should be a little bit bigger just for getting the size of her head right. So I'm going to just, even though I drew that differently earlier, I'm going to extend that a little bit. And something like that. Got some beautiful colors there. That scarf. That scarf is partly what attracted me to this painting. All right. All right. Now, where else can I go here with this first wash? Clean my brush out. Get most of the water off. A little bit of that pyrrole red, burnt umber. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and dry what I have done so far. So I'm going to mute the mic for just a bit and put my hairdryer to it. Right, I turned on the wrong one. There you go. I think that's better. Got different mics. One on the... Okay. So that's dried just a bit, just briefly. I'm going to... Oh, boy. I'm going to take... Interested in the lips. So the underneath the bottom part of the lower lip there is beautiful here. And just going to put that in there. And similarly here, down here. Some of the detail there. You know, it's really, there's really a mauviness to this that I'm going to drop in. a violet, a mauve, or I don't know what the right word to call it, but there, it's not really a red. And there's actually a fair bit of blue. There's just a lot of beautiful colors in here. Let's see there. Yeah, okay, let's just leave that for now. And coming up here, put a little bit of the shadow, work some of these areas up here. Again, it's quite dark on the left side of the face. She has big, beautiful kind of cheeks here. And even a bit darker in here. But more of a reddish dark down the neck, I'm thinking. And soften this edge. Don't want it to be so stark. And there's actually a bit more of a blue over here. Like a highlight that comes in here. So we'll do that. Pull this, maybe there's a bit of reflection happening over here. A bit of a texture here. Soften like that. And come down here. And also big beautiful cheeks there. And she's got like a dimple there on her right cheek. It's cute. Let's see if I can figure out how to do that. Darker color as a shadow in there later, maybe. That does that. She's got, yeah. Should soften this a bit over here. And she's got dark in here. Let's see about that, more of that red. And red in here. Coming around over here. Let's soften this. Not be quite so drastic. And oh boy, there's just some beautiful blue, purple, I guess it's more blue than purple underneath this eye. Creating that shadow there and a bit over here as well. I don't know if you see all the colors that I see here, but I see a whole bunch of beautiful colors. I'm gonna go back to my, whoops, grabbing the wrong red. I have my alizarin crimson, which is more of a cool red, right next to my pyrrole red, which is more warm, and I'm trying to stay with this warm red, if you're wondering. Okay, and dropping a little red there. It's really quite dark, actually, right up to the edge of the mouth here, and underneath the nose here on this side. And actually the tip of the nose is actually also, the shadow goes from being under the nose kind of to being on the tip of the nose and around to this side. So it's important to get that correctly. There's a bit above that way, comes around this way, like that. We'll just do that for now. And yeah, okay, it's coming along. I'm gonna come up here and do a little bit more. This area is dark. I've got this bit more of a red up here and up here, and off to the side here, and maybe a little bit down here. I'm gonna soften those. Soften this one, definitely. It's a little too. Not exactly. I'm not trying to follow the pattern I see there exactly by any means. I'm just trying to get a sense that there's a pattern in the scarf. Now I'm gonna mix up my French ultramarine and my red and try to get something a little bit darker, almost black. Can we do it? I don't know. That'll have to do. Okay, and I'm gonna, whoa, that's not what I wanted. Okay. I forgot that part there along the side of the face was still pretty wet. It's the challenge of working all at once, alla prima, with a lot of areas wet where you don't want. That's okay though. It's okay because it is pretty dark on that side of her face. So if that purpley blue mixture goes into the left side of her face, it's not the end of the world. Sometimes happy accidents, as the famous Bob Ross quote, happy accidents, you just got to let them happen a little bit and see what gets created as a result. And it's hard to let go of control sometimes and let that happen. Okay, yes, actually it looks pretty good. I'll do that for her ear. And do that. Okay. I think I'm just going to do it with blue instead. Again, squinting to see the relative value here. So the values are more important than the colors, really. Something like that. Soften. Clean the brush. Pure water here. Soften the edges. All right. I'll leave that for now. This feels like it needs to be a little softer up in here. Okay. I think I'm going to brighten that. I just like that red, a bit of a real bright red there somewhere on just a few places, because it just pop like that. There you go. I like that better. So I hope you appreciate the fact that I'm just, as I do this, I'm just kind of talking my way through it. I don't always, I see things happening and I like them and I go with it, you know. I don't always know ahead of time exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, again, see a little bit more red over here, bright. And I'm going to drop that in and leave that as well. Okay, now back to her face, etc. Let's see. If I squint and look, well, I've got my burnt umber mixed with my blue, and I just need to really darken this line, the shadow underneath the upper lip and underneath the lower lip as well. Boy, I've kind of lost my lines in there. I don't know exactly where they are from my drawing, so I'm just having to really she's got a beautiful smile. I'm putting a little bit more of the blue on my brush with some water, and I'm going to soften and add blue highlights in there and in here. Boy. Maybe a little bit smaller brush here for this application. Get a little bit more finesse going here. Lift some of the color I put over on the far right here. It just looks a little messy, and should be a bit more blue there. There as well. All right, let that go. A little bit darker in here, in here, in here. Kind of inside the mouth is underneath the teeth there is a little darker. Just let that be. Okay, now how am I going to do those eyes? I think it's kind of the ultramarine plus some red. She has brown eyes. I see an undertone of red there, just maybe it's something that's reflecting. But anyways, I think I'll just try to get it to be dark, dark. Alright, so again there's eyelashes going up and over that arc of the eye out to the edge, and then it kind of blends in with the eye. There's a glint at the top of the eye, and in the corner it goes this way, and yeah, and then there's also there. Same thing here. Not too much there in that corner. Mostly dark on the left hand side here of the eye. Yeah, we get those eyelashes in, boys, that make a difference, huh? And there's the eyes and the pupils and all. Okay. And here, and here, and there, and there. Okay, I'm going to darken it with more French ultramarine because it's very quite dark. It's not so much brown as it is like black in here, but I need to, as it goes around the corner of the whatchamacallit, it really lightens this way. And this one actually lightens on this side more, blends into the skin in kind of a bluish fashion. And blend, blend, blend. And goes more dark towards the left. It really goes right into this dark area over on the left, again connecting these pretty much. And I see connection here. It's pretty dark over here on this side of her eyelid, and down into here is pretty much connects down to the edge of her nose here. And over here into here. And here. Down into here. So I'm kind of redoing areas, just kind of emphasizing again. It actually connects into her mouth a bit here and comes down here. Soften that, grab more blue so we can do this here. Too much, picked up too much. Some of my paint's kind of wet because I added new pigment to my palette last night and it hadn't completely dried. Okay, so coming in here, there. Now her eye is not completely light in there in the white. It's only a few areas that are real white there next to the pupil. The other areas can be darkened with maybe kind of a blue in here. Okay. Darken here on the tip of her nose, blending up into the nose area. A little bit. More blue. Am I getting that shape right? I don't know. Am I getting that shape right or not? I'm not sure. Having troubles with my headphones here. I need to get a better way of managing everything here when I'm taping. It's not the best. Okay. A bit more dark on this area in here. This is the stage in the game where you gotta just keep on going, even if some things don't look quite right. Keep on going. There's a beautiful variety of colors and depth of colors in her skin, just as I've been trying to reproduce, as hopefully you can tell. Kind of blues and reds and of course the brown, but it's not a singular color. And building up and glazing over those different colors, it takes a little bit of time. Very dark under this bottom left part of her lower lip. Really want to emphasize that. Inside here, the crease there, very dark. Very dark in the right inside the mouth there. Coming out, grabbing that. Beautiful. Okay. Like that big smile. But I want to soften that line with my bit more red, brown up into here. And here definitely. And down here definitely. Okay. I'm lifting a little bit because I lost some of the glimmer on the right hand side of her lower lip, so I was lifting some of that, get that back. Okay, I'm going to let that be for a bit. Back to a slightly larger brush. A bit more of this reddish highlight up here. Pulling it alongside that. Beautiful. I see a bit more of that reddishness. Again, under here, needs to emphasize a little darker. And into the corner of the mouth there, because it really connects. And then pulls down here. And I love it. Like that. And, while we're at it, I really feel like, again, I need something even darker down in here, and this is, I'm going to do something a little different here, get some darkish reddish purple there, and then take my more purple that I had earlier. And draw into the corner, the darkest area being the corner. And I don't know, I just wanted to darken the shirt a little bit to make a bit more contrast, so I've just a variety of dark colors there, but not just a solid mass of one color. I want to have a little bit of variety. This is dark over here, but I want to soften the edge into the skin and let it bleed into that, just because it makes it more interesting, and there's kind of a shadow in her skin there. Yeah, like that. Okay. And just kind of I'm not sure the best way to do that. Okay, let's see here. I think it's a little too stark in here, and here, so soften some of this and darken it a bit. Again, this is a burnt umber, Daniel Smith. Yeah, oh yeah, that kind of purpley red that I just used on the shirt over there. Now I'm dragging it into this area on the left side, lower side of it, and that's actually really working. Yeah, crease there, crease over here, goes up, darkens here. I'm exploring a variety of different colors here. Okay, I just splattered a whole bunch accidentally. Ay, 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 having a hard time here. Okay. Alright, I think I might dry here and then so I can come back and do some little bit more detail work, fine detail work. Let me see if there's anything else that I could probably do here. A little bit red, and her lips a bit more. in places. That looks good. A bit more dark on her eyebrows up here. A bit darker in her eye here, but with a bit of a blue in it. There's actually a blue glint in her eye. There's actually a bit of blue, dark, pretty dark, bluish color again down inside the mouth area here. I want to emphasize a bit. It goes up into okay. How long have we been going here? 47 minutes, a little bit longer than I lost track of time. That's called the getting into the zone here. Okay, I was in the zone, I wasn't even paying attention. That's okay though. I'm gonna dry this. Let me turn off the mic for a sec. There we go. Almost didn't turn on the mic. That would have been fun. Okay, like that. Like this. This. Don't want that line there, that white line though. That just does not work. Okay. A little darker here. And here. And blend. I love all the variety of colors here. Need a nice value range from the lightest light to the, the darkest dark, and really that's what really gives you the sense of the shape going, emerging here. So that's what I'm trying to do. Mouth isn't quite right, but yeah, and I need a little bit darker and under here. And mix and blend in there. A little bit more blue actually along this. Definitely more. Blue under that eye. All right. Well, I think I'm close. I'm close to having this the way I want it. There's a few more places that need a little bit more work. I might end this live stream here. I think it gives you the sense of what I'm trying to accomplish, and all. Just because this is getting pretty long now at about 55 minutes. So again, in the last few live streams I've been doing more monochromatic value studies, and so I went back to using color here, and I dove into a different skin tone, which I haven't done as much, and so yeah, so it was a good challenge. And what I've got here, if I show this up a little closer, yeah, I love the variety of colors in her scarf. I feel like I like the forehead here, variety of colors. Feel like I need a little bit more work around her eye here, and maybe yeah, but it's coming together. It's coming together, and I usually, if I walk away from it, let it be a little bit, and then come back in a little while and work on it just a bit more and finish it up. It usually comes together. So anyways, thank you for being part of this live stream today. And I hope you enjoyed it, and just practice. Let's just keep on painting every day. challenging ourselves, and doing these portraits has been a lot of fun, so I hope you're enjoying it. And thanks for being with me today. I'll see you next time.